How y'all doing? I'm Z here again, guys. Today, I am here with some Keychain multi-tools. And the ones that I think are the best, and the one of them I think you shouldn't waste your money on. And if somebody gave it to you for free, I'd probably give it back and ask them why they were so terrible at buying gifts. I'm just kidding. I would never ever do that. Anyway, what we got here are the Leatherman Squirt. I think we have the S4. Yep, we have the S4, and we have the PS4, and we also have the Gerber Dime. Now, the S4, this one, just came off my keychain. Just took it off. I put the keys here for kind of a size reference, how big they are. Let me close these up so you can see how big they are compared to your keys and whatnot. Here's my key fob. Boom, about the same size as my key fob. Better back up a little bit. Here's the key to my car. Shorter than the key to my car. And not as wide as the key to my car either. Huh. Didn't expect that. This has been on my keychain for quite some time. Leatherman S4. I've had this on there for a year. I actually purchased this used. I got it off of eBay. I think I paid $5 for it, including shipping, which is pretty awesome. These usually run around $19, I think, $19, $20, $25. This was a very good keychain multi-tool for what it was designed to do. It's got a pair of scissors on it. And that's the biggest reason why I wanted to replace this, is because I don't really need these scissors. I couldn't find... I used these scissors a few times, but not that often. I got some gunk in here. It's kind of... must be some tape or something. All right, there we go. I got the freaking tape residue off. So as you can see, it still functions perfectly. I've had this for over a year. Or maybe a year. No, I think it's over a year actually at this point. On my keychain, and like I said, it's worked really well. But I wanted to replace it because I don't use these scissors all that often. What I really wanted was a small pair of pliers, which is why I decided to upgrade it. But this knife, let me show you some of the features on the S4. This multi-tool, it's been a really good tool. But honestly, this is probably, I think, more suitable for my wife than for me. It has things like, you know, cleaning underneath your fingernails and whatnot, and a fingernail file on it. This actually does have a little measuring device on it. I'm not sure how useful that small of a measuring device is, but it's on there in case you needed to measure out a centimeter. The bottle cap opener works. It's not the best bottle cap opener in the world, but it does work. It's got one of the 2D Phillips head drivers, and of course that's a flat driver, and both of these screwdrivers work really well. And they've actually taken out screws that I didn't think they'd be able to. Similar to the PS4, I actually have a video of me taking out door hinge screws, and I think I don't know what you call it, another piece of my door I took apart with that, just to show how robust even these small little 2D screwdrivers are. They actually work really well. They're able to take a little bit more abuse than I thought they'd be able to. Already did that one. What we got on this side, we have another small screwdriver, which is not super easy to get out. Well, there we go. A real tiny screwdriver. You could probably use that for your glasses or something. And on this side, this has actually been a pretty useful feature. Nice little pair of tweezers there. You know, want to pick out a splinter or something. They work. I have used them. They remind me a lot of the ones that come in Swiss Army knives. And we have our knife blade here, which works as well. I have opened several boxes with this. You know, granted it's not a super duper sharp knife, but it works. I don't think I've sharpened it. Let's see here. Yeah. This paper is a little bit moist, since it's been down here in my basement. So I should get a crisper piece of paper in order to demonstrate that, but regardless, it works. It's a simple, trusted, true design of a knife, and I have used this quite a bit, and I like it. But like I said, I wanted to upgrade this. I wanted something that had a pair of pliers on it, and then I heard about the Gerber Dime, and I thought, wow, that's really cool looking. I want to get me one of those. And I don't know if you guys have seen my video where I actually had an issue with this Gerber Dime. Probably 10 minutes after I had it out of the box, it broke on me. And I contacted Gerber. Gerber said they were going to send me a postage paid box that I could put it in, send it back to them, and they'd send me a brand new one. And guess what? They didn't. Yeah, it's still broken. Here's the screwdriver off of it. This is the head of the adjustment screw that snapped off of it when I was trying to adjust it, which came from right here, which is also where the screwdriver came out of. You know, I was all stoked about getting this. I thought it was pretty cool looking. I thought it was a pretty nice design. It had some interesting features. I'll show them to you. So it has this flathead screwdriver down here. Yeah, it comes off. Makes it really nice. You can just take it anywhere. No, not really. It's got a 2D driver, which looks like a decent 2D driver. It also has a file on the 2D driver, crosscut, and a single way file there. I don't know if that's a bastard file. Could be. It actually has a pair of scissors in it. Scissors are decent. See right here? They work just about as well as the ones in the Leatherman. Alright, I showed you that. On the other side, it has a pretty unique feature that I thought was pretty cool, which is this is one of those bubble wrap openers. So you know, you get kids' toys and stuff, and they come packaged in that bubble packaging, and this is supposed to help you open it more easily. And I don't know, it works, but I don't see how it works any better than just the knife that comes with the Leatherman, and I'll show you a little video clip of that. This is basically a bubble packaging opener, which, you know, I found very interesting. Nobody else has this, you know, in this size of thing. I thought, well, wow, that's great. That was one of the main selling points for me, is the fact that it had one of these. Let's see how well it works. I mean, it works. My question is, how much better does it work than, I don't know, how about just your regular knife that we have here on one of the Leathermans? It seems that the knife on the Leatherman works equally well, if not a bit more precise, than the bubble package opener on the Gerber Dime. I can see the only advantage of this being the fact that the blade is smaller, so you won't go as deep into the packaging and wouldn't possibly cut the toys, but if you're just a little bit careful, you don't have to worry about that anyway. And here's the knife. The knife on it's a little odd shaped. I kind of like it in a way because it's different, but it's a lot smaller than the knife on the Leatherman. Let's take a look at that. It's a shorter blade. I do like the belly on it. The tip's okay. It kind of looks like a sheep's foot or something. I like it, but it's smaller. It's shorter, even though the tool itself is actually longer. We put these side by side here. You can see the bottle cap opener on the Gerber extends down quite a bit. It's actually a really good bottle cap opener, though. Probably better than the one on here. It's easier to use, but the actual tools I'm going to use most often are probably the knife and the pliers, and they're just not as good. let's take a look at the pliers. I'm not sure how well we'll be able to tell. I think I have, if you take a look at the plier head, it doesn't match up. It's kind of slanted to the one side. See that? Just not a very good attention to detail. When I look at the front of it, it just looks like he's got like a broken jaw. It looks like somebody twisted the bottom, torqued it out or something, but this thing has never been used by me. So like I said, it came out of the box and broke 5 seconds later. Well, it was 5 minutes later. But just not real good quality attention to detail on this compared to these, my new replacement. So this was a replacement for this because I wanted pliers, but what I should have done is save my money and just bought these to begin with. This is a Leatherman PS4, the Squirt PS4. Take a look at the preciseness of that head. The jaws line right up. There's no overlap. There's no something that looks like a twist. It can grab a hold of the outer layer of skin and pull it right off. So you could use these as tweezers is basically what I'm showing you there. Let's take a look at one of these really fine hairs on my hand. Let's see if I can do this in the... Hold on. Well, I just plucked that hair, but you can't see it. Here we go. See that? Get a piece of paper here. If you can see the hair in there or not. That's how precise these heads are. So you can actually pluck a single hair out of your skin. So I think you can definitely use these as the tweezers. Let me show you more about this knife. So one thing it doesn't have that this has are tweezers, but I believe this plier works pretty well as a tweezer. Shut this sucker up. Take a look at what she's got. She has a file, a full length file. Crosscut file on this side. I don't know if this would be considered a bastard file. You can groove with the bottom. The top, however, is smooth, but you can definitely make grooves with the bottom part. Do I have anything here I can file? See if I can file the hammer. The head of the hammer. As you can see, I was able to groove the hammer. Clean some of the hammer dust out. Take a look at it. Fully functional still. Clean it off a little bit. So, good file. What are you going to use the file for? I don't know. I actually used it the other day because what the heck did I have? I had a burr on something I was working with, and I wanted to take it off, and I used this little file to take the burr off the piece of metal I was working with, and it worked pretty good. You could probably use it to sharpen something if you needed to. Maybe a knife, another knife or something, if you just wanted to put a real quick edge on something. Not a razor sharp edge, but just an edge. But the file does definitely work. On the other side, we have the knife. Just a classic Leatherman knife. Nothing super special, but it works. Over here, we have scissors. Yeah. So I didn't lose my scissors, I just gained a pair of pliers, which is awesome. And we have a flathead / bottle opener, and we have a 2D Phillips head, which I actually have video that I'll throw in here of me taking some door hinges off. I didn't take them all the way off, but I just unscrewed some of the screws. There we go. This will be a good test. See if I can take out a door hinge screw with my Leatherman Juice PS4. Well, you know what? Oh, that works. I'm gonna say it's not really the right side, but it is working. And there you go. We'll put that back in there. Make sure it's nice and tight. Oh, one of these over here. They look to be more the correct size. As you can see, totally doable. I'm not a huge fan, like I said, of 2D screwdrivers, but this one actually does work. But you can see it does happen every once in a while. If you don't have a lot of pressure on the back of it, it will slip out of the grooves because it's only 2D rather than having the actual door hinges. And I actually use this one quite a bit. When I was working on the dresser I got for my daughter. It was a used dresser, and I refinished it, repainted it and stuff, sanded it all down. But there's a really tight spot that I had to take off the drawer guide rail because one of them was broken, and I couldn't get any of my screwdrivers in because they were too long. I used that, and it actually it took a screw that had been in a dresser out of hardwood. It was an oak, and it had been there for probably since the day it was made, so at least 35 years. And just took it right out, no problems. I was kind of really surprised how stout these drivers are, as I said earlier, on these Leatherman tools. They really are quite remarkably strong compared to what you might expect them to be, considering they're so small. But Leatherman, man, makes an excellent tool. It's backed up by a 25-year warranty that is actually, if you contact Leatherman, they will actually take care of you. They won't say, oh yeah, sure, we'll send you a box, and then what's it been, 6 months? 6 months later, I still got a broken piece of crap freaking multi-tool there. Gerber has disappointed me immensely. I used to like Gerber tools. Probably 20 years ago, Gerber, now I'm going to call them Gerber. But Gerber used to make good multi-tools. At least I thought they did, because I didn't own a Leatherman at the time. Because Leatherman they've always been a little bit more expensive than the Gerbers. And I couldn't really see spending the extra money because I thought the Gerbers were just as good. But now, after the second time of having a problem with one of their multi-tools, contacting them, being promised a warranty repair, being promised to be sent a shipping box and shipping label, I've been waiting for a year and a half for my Gerber multiplier, full-size multiplier, waiting for it. And I've actually followed up with them on that one twice. Like, where's the box? Where's the box? You said you were going to send me a box for warranty repair, and you never sent me one. This one, honestly, I've contacted them once. I contacted them about 6 months ago. Maybe it was 4 months ago. I don't know. They haven't sent me anything. Why should I have to follow up with them? They should be following up with me. I'm the customer. They should say, hey, did you get that box? We haven't seen your warranty return yet. What happened? Did you change your mind? Did you fix it? What happened? Nothing. They promised to send me a box, postage paid, that I can send to them, and they'd either replace this or fix it, and nothing. So, you know what? Screw Goober. That's what I should call them, Goober. The Goober brand. Gerber. I'm not dealing with Gerber anymore. Their lifetime warranty is bull crap. Okay, lifetime warranty. Yeah, right. Good luck getting them to frickin' fulfill their lifetime warranty. I've had issues with buck. Okay, many of you guys know I had a buck hoodlum, and it broke on me. I sent it back to Buck. Buck, no questions asked, sent me a new one. They said, sorry about that, here's a new one. So the product they sent me might have been inferior, but they stood behind it. They actually fixed it, or actually they replaced it for me. And I can respect that company. I will still do business with Buck because even though I had issues with the buck knife, and there's another buck knife I had an issue with too, I haven't bothered to send that back. But automatically, without any questions, they sent me a new knife. So I will continue to do business with Buck. Gerber can go suck eggs, because this is the last Gerber product I'm going to purchase. I'm not buying anything else that says Gerber, because it's junk, it's crap. And they don't stand behind it. Even though they claim to have a lifetime warranty, they don't stand behind it. If they stood behind it, I wouldn't have all these pieces laying here on the table. Okay? And another thing about that, Leatherman, I have never had to send a Leatherman back for warranty repair. Look at this thing. It's been beat to death. I got a Leatherman Juice. I forget its actual designation, but I got a Leatherman Juice I've had for 15 years. The thing looks like crap. It's beat to hell. But everything on it functions perfectly, like the day it was made. Like the day I first bought it, it still functions without any issues. Cosmetically, it's crap. Same as this one. Cosmetically, this thing's been carried for probably, for a year from me. And prior to me having it, I don't know how old, this is what it looked like when it came to me, honestly. I haven't put that much wear on this that I can tell. It looked a lot like this when I first got it. Kind of beat up and scratched up and stuff. So I knew the guy who had it before me had actually used it quite heavily. But it still works perfectly, When I first got it, it was all gunked up. I had crap on it. I cleaned it up, and everything works. Everything works, like I said, like the day it was made. No issues with that. The only reason I'm replacing this one is because I want the pliers. And if I have to recommend to you a good keychain multi-tool, Leatherman, go with the Leatherman Squirt series. They are awesome. They're made very well. They're made here in America, unlike the frickin' Dime, which is probably made in China. Not probably, it is made in China. And that should have been, the first thing I saw. As soon as I saw it was made in China, I was like, oh man, that kind of sucks. But, and I was right, it does, it sucks. It's a sucky tool. And you might have one and never had a problem with it. Guess what? That's fine. Don't ever try to fix it. Don't ever try to adjust it, because it's crap. And maybe they aren't all crap, okay? I'll give it that benefit. It's not precisely made. It has a lot of issues with it, other than just being broken. And I can accept a knife breaking, but the knife breaking, having a lifetime warranty, and you claiming to replace it for someone, promising to, and not going through with that, that's unacceptable, and I can't deal with you as a company ever again, okay? Customer service is everything. And Leatherman gets that right. Anyone I've ever talked to that had a Leatherman, they had like a 25-year-old Leatherman, maybe 24-year-old Leatherman, and they just wanted a new one. There really wasn't anything wrong with it. The guy broke the thing purposely, sent it back to Leatherman, and got a brand new model. So they didn't ask him any questions about it. I don't really agree with what he did as the customer, but I do agree with what they did, which you don't question the customer, you just fix the problem, and you have a customer for the rest of your life. And that's what Leatherman has with me. Also, that's what Buck has with me. So guys, if you need a multi-tool that'll fit on your keychain, go with a Leatherman Squirt series. Very excellent. I'm becoming a bigger and bigger fan of Leatherman every single day. And I've actually just purchased 2 more Leatherman multi-tools. I got the Leatherman rebar, and I picked up a Leatherman fuse, and I'll do reviews of those later. They're still being tested. But so far, excellent. Excellent. Love them. All right, guys, this is Iron Mikey Z, and I'm signing out. I hope you all have a great day. Peace.